Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So we continue from previous session, and if you've not watched the other sections, please make sure that you go back to the other section so that you understand where we are. We began on market structure, and during the previous session, I was simply showing you how to show the market direction. If you can remember carefully, I told you that this thing is going to correct. Now, during that time, this market was around this point, and you can see we are still going down. This is money, this is money, this is money, guys. Now, let's have a look at this. Remember how we drew it? We said, now the market is doing a correction. So we expect this market to continue selling. Come on now. Excuse me. If you can remember, we do something like this. We said it's going to sell and then we go up. Now, but the rule is if I could break that level. I know my network is a bit weird today, but you'll bear with me. Now I want to introduce to you something special, but it's closely related to that. Greg asked something to do with the time frame and all that, and I want also to have a discussion on that. Now I'm going to clear everything here. So we've been having a discussion on time frames, and I want you to be careful when it comes to what you're discussing now. If you look at my watermark here, it's written 1D, meaning daily time frame. Now that tells you every candlestick that is here, it represents a day, right? Every candlestick that is here represents a whole day. And you cannot take a trade from a daily time frame, not unless you are what we call a swing trader. So what normally happens, you get the overall market structure. For example, we have known by looking at this, like this, we know this is our impulse, this is our correction. Okay, let me change the color for the correction. This is our correction. So we are in another correction, waiting to get another impulse, like that. I hope that's understood. Now, with that in mind, I want to show you something that is important. So pin that. Pin, this is what I've illustrated here, and I'm going to use it to explain in details. So we say that market moves in two waves. We always have an impulse, a correction, an impulse, a correction, impulse, correction, impulse. And this process continues on and on until you get maybe a change of character, and then market starts doing something like this. So yes, now let me delete it. Now with that in mind, this one we call this as the swing or the major structure. Okay, now this is now the bigger time frame. So in between here, you see all these move here, this impulse, this impulse, this impulse, this impulse, correction. I'm using black to differentiate correction and correction. Now these are now the big waves. So this impulse, this one here, it has other internal waves that together they make the bigger wave, right? So now that tells you in between here we have other waves that are smaller, that now together they combine to make what? And the bigger wave. But importantly, these small waves, they have to be also in a bullish move so that together, when joined together, they make this big move. So still at the same time, while we have small waves in here, we have them in a bullish move. All right. Again, these waves, they are like, I don't know, is it broccoli? No, there is what we call it. Like they repeat themselves. How? Because when you check at this small wave, like this small wave here, even inside it, we have even smaller wave in it. In here, it is now joining together to form this small wave, and that small wave is joining again to form another small wave. Okay, are we getting? So basically what I'm trying to say is this major wave has another smaller wave, and that smaller wave has another smaller wave in it. Even this smaller wave, it has another smaller wave in it. So it's like it is, you can break it down. The lower you go, the more you can see similar structures forming. Okay, now what happens is, let me delete this so that I explain again. Now, said, I do believe yesterday you took time and revised on what we talked about the other day. I talked about change of character and all that and all that. So now, here, we have this move. Remember, now we are in the impulse. That means this move must be bullish. Okay, so it will go like this. Remember, we said the correction cannot go below the previous higher low. Now, when we get at this point here, we'll get an internal meaning it is within the smaller structure, an internal change of character. The reason we are getting it is to facilitate now this sell, this correction here. So that tells you now the internal wave must now shift to bearish, because now at this level, now it is selling. Okay, so we start getting sells like this. Like now we are in a bearish move, so the market is selling. After that, we get another change of character now to facilitate this move up like this. And then the process continues like that. Okay, let me change its color very sharp. Let me change the color so that you can see the difference. Yes, like this. So what I'm trying to say here in layman's language is this bullish move has small internal waves that are bullish, and when we shift to bearish, now when we shift to correction, that correction is also made up of small waves. And in between we have change of character here to facilitate this sell here. Okay, I want us to see that in the real chart, not unless we have a question, but let's go to the real chart so that you can now be able to visualize it better. Okay, I'm sure for those who are keen to watch the videos that I shared, that is well illustrated, that is well discussed. So now when I'm explaining, you are seeing it clearly. Now, Let's look at this. Actually, for this, we are only going to look at market from E section peke yake. Now, so we are only considering this section peke yake. Now, when we are considering this, remember we considered it as a one wave like this. We considered it like this. So we took this as one wave, and then we are getting the correction, and then the process continues. So we want to see whether this wave has smaller waves inside it that are the same. So what you do, you go to a lower time frame. You can go to 4 hours time frame. So when you go to a lower time frame, you'll be going to a lower time frame allows you to see the internal structures that make up that bigger, what do we call it? The bigger wave. See? So remember, it started from here. So I want you to visualize that. And at the same time, as you visualize it, remember, the reason I drew this horizontal ray is so that you can see where we began at the upper. I'm sure now they are more visible as opposed to 1 hour to daily time frame. If I go to daily time frame in Archive, it looks this small, and the internal structures are not visible. When I go to a 4 hours time frame, you see they are visible. So now let's label them together. Let's label them together. But before I label them, I want us to show them using a line chart. So this is a higher high, higher low. Okay, let me show you something. I want you to see that I don't know whether you can see, but let me just go. These are higher high, these are higher low. Okay, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. We have higher high here, higher low, higher high here. Let me do what we call, I zoom in so that everything can be more visible. Now let me draw it like this. So this is how it's looking basically. It is like this. Then now we have started. I'm sure you can see a change of character already here. But let me. I forgot to label this one after zoom. We have this, and like that. Yep, in Archive. Like that. Is that clear? So that is to show you inside this Dogoto. I want to clear this so that I go to higher time frame. So remember, we took this as one wave. It is a one wave, but after we've gone to 4 hours time frame, we've seen that it has internal structures. Okay, so I want us to label them like sorry, my network imefanya kila kitu, but then I'm back. Sorry for that. You can hear me now, right? It's misbehaving. I don't know why. But let's continue. So I'm trying to label these. I want us to label together so that you can see what I showed you yesterday. Now, in the lower time frame, to show you that this thing is like broccoli. Let me clone it as many. Can you see my screen, guys? Is my screen visible? Cotton? Yeah. All right. So it's like this. In case of anything, I know my network is not so good. You let me know. So did you see that? Did you see how we labeled it? So it's like this. Now, one of the rules that we gave yesterday when I was drawing something like this, I hate that color. We agreed that this correction should not go below the previous higher low. And if you look at this, it is that is much respected. You see, this market went up, corrected, went up. This correction didn't come below this previous nini. Then it went up. This correction came close to the previous higher low, but did not go beyond. We had this correction, impulse, correction, and then impulse. We said that this correction should not come below this point. And you see, it came respected, but it did not give us a break of structure. Instead, it gave us a change of character. So we label this as a change of character. That tells you now this market has confirmed that we are going to be selling. Remember what we agreed from a higher time frame? We agreed that this market is going to be selling because it's in a correction. So even the lower time frame has given us change of character to show us that yes, true, it's going to be selling. Is that statement understood? So you have to make sure your analysis align with the higher time frame. The higher time frame generally it gives you the higher view of the market structure. So when you go to a lower time frame, you are there to give you it gives you an earlier confirmation, like it's the earlier whistleblower. Yeah, it's true. What is being seen in higher time frame is what is even happening in lower time frame. Right? I want to do to even prove you further that even inside these whatever these waves, we have even more structures inside it, and to have seen change of character in real markets. So the assignment that I'm going to give you today is you're going to choose any pair of your choice, then label it like this so that I can see you have understood how to label high, how to label them. Okay, so you're going to share something like this. Let me just show you how to share charts. Once you have done like this, in your trading view, we have this camera here. This camera here. When you click it, it's going to show you download image, copy link, open new tab. You're going to copy image. You click here, copy image. It's going to be copied. Nitakuletea something like this here down. Then go to the chart. Go to the chart. I want to share it with the group so that you see how it's going to come. Then paste it. It's like you have copied, so you paste it. So I want you to see how vile itakuja. The how I want you to like be sharing your charts. Don't take screenshot, please. That's the procedure. Network yangu ina load sana. There you go. Umeona? That's how you're supposed to do it. I believe that's clearly understood. Yes, so that's it. Now, I want to show you something now. I want us to take just this small section here. So I'm going to clear everything. I know you're going to watch the video. Now, you see these markets has moved like this, na hii, na hii. Remember kwa higher time frame, that is a single move, but we have subdivided it to see the internal structures. So I just want to show you that even in that smaller time frame, we have more structures inside it. So let me take, I'm going to just take this move only, this one here, this move only to show you inside it. Remember, this is just a single move in 4 hours. And remember, from 1 hour time, let me just go back so that I start there so that it doesn't confuse you. Remember, all this was one move, this one. Then we have gone to a smaller time frame, 4 hours. We have shown that we have internal structures inside it. So now inside that structures, now this one, which is now been a single move, I'm going to show you that inside it we have other internal structures. Since this is a market that is going up, the internal structures will also be breaking to the up. I hope you can see this part. Then I'm going to show this with these lines. Just those 2 lines. Then I'm going to show it's from here to here. 4 hours is just a single move, but how about if we go to 15 minutes or 1 hour? Let's just go to 1 hour. Where? It is here. This section only. Let it load now. You see, we are having other internal structures. For this one, it looks like this. I'm sure you can already see that correction, up, correction, up, correction, up. Can you see that, guys? Is it clear? Lisa? This one here. We aka. That one. This one. Here. Okay. It's the same. You can even drag it to that point. It's the same. You can see they are on the same levels. So known as the same level. So if you place it here or here, it's correct. So exactly. So that's why it doesn't make any difference. All right, now I want to show you again. If this same time frame you go to even lower time frame, you're going to get similar structures. Okay, so it's like broccoli. It repeats itself. Okay, so what happens now? I just want to give you a highlight, but what I will require from you is just a practice of what I've shown. Then after, I'm just going to show you how we apply all those to coming up with an exact entry point. I'm just illustrating it briefly just to give you a view so that when you practice this, you know how important it is when it comes to market analysis and knowing when to buy and when to sell, so that you know it's not gambling, guys. Trading is not gambling, guys. Now, from daily time frame, let me go to daily time frame. What normally happens is you start from a higher time frame. The higher time frame is going to give you the bigger picture of what the market is doing. Okay, so for this one, daily time frame, it showed us that now this market is going to be in a correction. So we are expecting some sales from this point here. Okay, but how sure are we that this correction is going to start now? Because there was a time market was here and you could have easily assumed now that correction is going up, but it just went gave us a shallow correction, then it went up again, it started another correction. So how do you know exactly that market is going to start selling now? A serious correction now, it's not just a correction and then we continue going up. That's where the change of character comes in. So now that from your speculations, you are assuming that this market is going to start selling from here. What happens is um you have to like go to a lower time frame, check for a change of character. Okay, so in this case you can go to 1 hour. Then once you go to 1 hour, okay, I'm sure it's going to confuse you though, so I have to show you the nini. I have to draw a line here showing you the exact level where we are looking. So it's at this point. Okay, so when you go to an H, because once it loads you might think it is here, but it is here, up here. Right, let it load. So you just adjust it. It is here. So from 1H, you'll see something like change of character here, which now gives you a signal. So you see, market gave us this correction impulse. Okay, so this, no, the other correction we expected it to respect this point, but it went low. So that is not the signal that yes, it's time we take sales for what? For long-term sales. So once you see change of character, you know it's time that we do what? We take sales. Okay, that's why you should understand how to map up market structure. No, this is higher high, this is higher low, this is higher high, then this is where we have change of character. Okay, and for you to consider no, this is going to confuse you. I'm going to introduce you later to that. So what I expect from you, I know you have understood why you need to know how to map up market structure. So what I expect from you is you practice enough so that you can easily tell this is uptrend, this is downtrend. Same way, you can easily tell this is where we have break of structure, this is where we have change of character. That is what I want you guys to practice on. So it doesn't matter. You can either choose 1 hour, you can either choose daily time frame, but this is how I want you to label your charts. This is an example that I'm going to give you on how you're going to do it. Do this assignment. Please share with me at least 2 charts. Having done that, before we meet tomorrow, and tomorrow we are going to be correcting chart ya kila mse so that we see what you get. Okay, please share the charts kwa group, usitume kwa DM yangu. Sawa? Share kwa group. Why am I saying that? It's because it's going to allow us to discuss amongst ourselves. No, because maybe Kotona ataona ujamaa hapa ameuma nje, he shares the chart. I mean, you can even DM the guy, have a short discussion with him. Maybe kuna wala get clarify with him. If there is a question now, you're going to raise it when we are discussing during the class tomorrow. So we are going to practice that for at least 2 days before now we move on to the next thing. And so this is a part that will require much of your sacrifice, because you'll find that you are confusing yourself. Is it a correction or not? That's a confusion that you'll find, but with much practice, you're going to get it clearly. So yeah, don't ask me tutume na time frame gani. That's upon you. Can choose any time frame. Okay, you can choose any time frame as long as not 1 minute. Okay, now I'm just going to use this example in 4 hours. So we're going to begin. Where should I begin? Let me just begin here so that this is what we call a highlighter. Now for highlighter, use it to mark the top point. Now again, I know someone is going to ask me, now I have this higher low, I have this higher high. Is it here or here? I know someone asked that question in mind. This is a higher low, this is a higher high, this is a higher low, this is a higher high. Now, let me respond to this question in Nimejiuliza. What happens is for you to conclude that this is the higher high and this is a higher low is, in fact, I could be wrong. What happens ni, you see here, I believe you can see my cursor. Waona hapa juu. Hapa juu we have a kanini hapa. Kuna candlestick na kuna line chart. Please add line chart to your favorites. Are we there? Once you've done that, please have an emoji to proceed. We have line chart there. Only one person, 2. Greg Wick, tumeona iko hapa juu kando hizi time frame. Utaona kuna candlestick na line. I want to show you something.
Sorry, ati inaitwaje mkuu?
Kuna line chart. Ukiklik hapa kwa nini? Kando ya, unaona, I hope you can see my cursor, kuna time frame hapa. Just next to it we have candles. I'm sure yours is only candles. So hapo kwa hiyo candles kutakuwa na a line like this. Click it, it'll give a pop-up box like this one. For pop-up box, please add this line to your favorites. Perfect. Greg, you good?
Yangu ni kama ina, but
inafai kukuwa nayo. Hakuna yenye haina. Have you logged using your laptop? Are you using your laptop? Okay. So okay. So what happens for you to know the high, the discussion is it this or this? Please just shift to what we call this line chart. It's going to show you which one is higher. So now it's easy to tell. Have you seen that? It's easy to know gani iko juu. So it's this one here. Are we good? So that's how you tell. Okay? That's how you tell. So it's here, not here. I hope that understood. Yes. Don't complicate it. Don't complicate it. Itafanya chat ikuwe busy. We said we are trying to make it as easy as possible. Okay? Just like have seen a guy who is using 4 screens and you're just using one and you're making profit than him. So what I expect from you is just label here higher high, higher low, and then you draw where we have the break of structure like this. Remember we said you use shift so that it can be a straight line. It's kind of combo, then break of structure like this. Okay, and then same case here. Like this. I know the reason I'm giving the assignment is because it will give you a lot of questions which I'm going to answer. Okay, like this. So huku haya low, haya high, sorry, it's H like that for all. This is also going to allow you to please get used to using this trading view, because failure to which is going to give you a headache. Yes, so just share with me a chart like this. Preferably you can choose one uptrend, one for downtrend. Okay, that will really help. Is that understood? Is the assignment understood? Just pick any pair of your choice. Tell me where you're starting from. By telling me is use we have this ray, horizontal ray. Have it hapa chini, have it hadi hapo juu mahali una intend kumalizia. Just for me to know you are starting your analysis from this point to this point. Okay, so that I can know your focus is on this section, right? Yes, if the assignment understood, so just work on it, at least 2 charts, no harm ukituma 4, so that tomorrow you can have as many questions as possible. We discuss, join with your laptop so that you can share your screen. Then the other day, hiyo siku inakuja after kesho, after tume practice, each and every one of you is going to have an opportunity to present and analyze any pair yenye utakuwa ume practice during the day live kwa chat. Okay, with that it's going to give you the confidence. You're going to discuss, like if you are facing any challenge ama kuna makosa, I'm not going to respond. Your colleague is going to help you discuss the same, so that it becomes interactive and we learn from each other, rather than mimi nikikwambia tu hapo umeuma nje unafaa kufanya hivi. Mkiinteract, mkidiscuss, it's going to be even more fun, right? I hope you're okay with that way of learning. Yes, so any I think Cotton, you can stop recording so that we can just discuss something off the chat.